What's up YouTube, Henry Chung Fitness here. We are on our way to Muskoka, Huntsville specifically for my second go at the IRONMAN 70.3. Here is the finisher's medal, Muskoka IRONMAN 70.3, and I've got my shirt. We drove up on the Friday and headed for Huntsville in the Muskoka area and checked into our Airbnb. Good morning. We are here at Lions Lookout, going to do a sunrise morning swim. My first time doing it, but decided to do it just to get a warm-up in the day before. We are 6:54 a.m. ready to go out for a swim. The Saturday morning, I actually signed up for the sunrise swim, and this is run by the Muskoka Club, and it's a good cause to get funds to set up accessible parks. And I also wanted to just come out and enjoy the course and do a course recon exactly on the course that we were going to swim in Fairy Lake. So I could test out the water temperature, sight the buoys, have some fun and enjoy the triathlon community. Not to mention the sticky buns. They were definitely a fan favorite, definitely worth it. So all in all, my opinion of this was a great charity, a great event, and just really a great time to kind of calm the nerves and get in the water, get some swimming in the actual course. And yeah, it was just a great time overall. Lots of people came out. It was a huge turnout. So really glad to see that. All right, just out here on a shakeout ride, about 11 minutes in. I think it's been over a week since I've ridden the tri bike, so definitely a good thing to have done today. About a 20 to 30 minute shakeout ride. I did do the morning sunrise swim, so feeling good. Just shaking out the legs and riding on the run course, as we can see here. This is the 21.1 kilometer run course. I do remember it from last year. This year, I'm hoping that I'm gonna perform much better. So yeah, just excited to get back to the Airbnb, just rest and relax and enjoy the sights of Huntsville. Go for registration, get the bike in, checked in, and we're almost go time. Let's get it. Quick ride done, 20 minutes, and we are ready. Let's go register. This is the kit I'm wearing. I might change the sunnies depending on how sunny it is outside. I did bring my photochromic sunglasses from Capco just in case. And we'll see what the weather's like. Let's go. We are heading to check in our bike, register first, check in the bike.
What are you doing? I know. This is the biggest event in the
We started heading over closer to 11:30 to noon, and I went to go register, make sure I got my bib number, all the stickers to put on the bike, and also the helmet, signing waivers, etc. So this is the gear, the swag for this year's Muskoka 70.3. I've got my information here, bike stickers, run, bib, stuff. Number 687 this year. And I got a hat, this new Muskoka hat. This is pretty sweet. I like this. And then, yeah, let's go. Okay. The earlier you get there, the better spot you have to rack your bike. The later in the day you go, there might not be too much room to rack your bike. So I definitely recommend you go rack your bike early. Dropped off the bike and you leave it overnight because that way it's less hectic tomorrow morning. You just come, show up with your run, bike, and swim gear. Bike is already set up, it's less chaos, and then you can go ahead and start your race. I don't know if it's the Ride Now tubes. Maybe I've never really tried removing air when it's high pressure, when it's lower pressure. I think I'll be fine. When I went to check in my bike, they actually recommend you to deflate your tires. It was a hot day. You don't want to inflate your tires and then have them heat up throughout the day and potentially burst or something. So they do recommend you drop your pressure in your tires. Now, when I went to drop the pressure in my tires, I found that my Ride Now tubes, something felt off. So Walter suggested that I actually take my tires and my wheels back with me to the Airbnb and kind of work on them, check them. So thanks, Walter, for that tip. So I did end up bringing my wheels. I took off my wheels off my bike. So it was essentially just my felt IA frame sitting in transition, racked on the saddle. So probably a strange sight to see, but you know, I had to do it because you want to make sure that your bike is functioning for the race. So the night before, I took a Precision Hydration 1500 drink for electrolytes. I preloaded, and the morning of, I also preloaded with another 1500 pouch of Precision Hydration electrolytes and had a small breakfast. I don't tend to eat too much for breakfast. I had pita with peanut butter and then the Precision Hydration drink. Good morning. It is race morning, 5:48. The gun time for the swim start is 7:05 a.m. So we're gonna head over, get our bike fixed up. I did remove the wheels yesterday because I noticed some issues with the valve on the Ride Now tubes, but I took the wheels away and brought them home. We'll be setting them up this morning. So going to set up transition and then head for the swim. I did have pretty good sleep last night, so I'm excited to see where my energy levels are today and what my performance shows. So let's go for it. I went early to set up my transition area. You make sure your bike is all set. I fit my wheels, that's all good. It did rain the night before, but I wasn't too concerned. I set up all my bottles, 3 bottles for the ride, my running gear, helmet, sunglasses, shoes, etc. So I got that all set up and I felt pretty good. You know, it's hectic in there, hectic in the transition zone. So it's always good to have a plan going in. I had to go number 2 before my swim. So I did that quickly and then got my wetsuit on. And I had about maybe 10-15 minutes before the gun.
Got this.
3 minutes, athletes, 3 minutes. On the athlete team and all the crew at Tri-Sport team.
The start time was 7:05 a.m. for the 30 to 34 age group. So I rushed over with Shannon to the start line, walking along Camp Kitchen Road. Tons of people. Definitely, I think I should have gone a bit earlier to get through the masses and do a warm-up swim, but ultimately the swim went quite well.
4, 3, 2, 1, go! That's the latest horn going. Who got this one?
It was a mass start, and yeah, I tried to stay cool, stay calm. I just tried to enjoy the swim, tried to conserve my energy. The swim went fairly well. I did get water in my right goggle initially, but I was able to stop quickly, get the water out, and then keep going because the water in my goggle was really annoying and I just kept getting water in my eye. So I had to do that. And then I head on my way. The sunrise swim definitely helped in quelling some of my nerves, and because I'd done the swim the day before. So I did that. I didn't cramp. I didn't cramp in the swim. So I felt great. I was actually smiling and I was jogging compared to last year where I had to stop and I lost tons of time. So last year was a 12-minute transition in T1. This year it was about, I believe, 5 minutes.
Let's go, Henry! Let's go!
I also had done the Brunel course about a week or 2 weeks before, and you saw my video there. And that definitely helped to kind of train my body and mind to prep itself for the hills. I maintained my cadence and power, and that was top in mind.
Good morning, everyone. This is Shannon reporting on behalf of Young. He is currently on the bike course right now for IRONMAN 70.3. Estimated time for bike is around 3 hours, so we just left the course, gonna go grab a bite to eat and then come back around 10:30 to see him in transition. But overall, I think his swim went really well. Last year he cramped, so it was a bit of a longer transition period between the swim and the bike, but he was actually really fast this time, looking like he's in good spirits, so that's good. So we'll check back in when he's back from his bike ride.
On the bike, I consumed my carbs roughly, I'd say it was close to 100 grams of carbs per hour and close to about 1,200 milligrams sodium per hour. I took Sun River honey gels. They're local to Canada. My gut felt great. I had energy. I also use RX bars. I didn't cramp at all on the bike. I felt good. I felt like I had tons of energy. So my nutrition and hydration protocol definitely helped. I probably could have gone a bit harder on the bike, but I just wanted to conserve myself for the run. So ultimately, I finished the bike in 2 hours, 48 minutes. So that was much better than last year. Saved about 18 minutes. I was really happy with the result. I came back to T2, got off the bike, and I actually had to pee. So I stopped for a piss break. Now, coming out of the run, if you know the hill, the big hill out of T2, that is where my legs just kind of started feeling a bit finicky. Unfortunately, I did cramp at one point. I did meet someone who saw my YouTube video, so thanks to all of you who reached out. Definitely was a cool experience to meet all of you. I hope you had a great race. Yeah, I did cramp up coming out of the run, and I just tried to calm myself and I tried to stretch it out, and that actually seemed to help. I got to the next aid station as quick as possible, and I was able to douse myself with water at every station. And I also took a gel every 20 minutes for carbs, and I also took tons of sodium. I took a sodium pill, which is 250 milligrams, every like 10 to 15 minutes. The run was okay. I think I could have gone a bit harder, but again, I was just worried about the cramping. Trying not to go too hard on the run, but overall, the run, I finished with a time of 2 hours and 2 minutes, an improvement over last year for sure as well. When I was getting closer and closer to the finish line, the crowd is cheering. I knew that my wife was waiting for me, Walter and Alice and Bello as well. All of that training coming down to that moment to just, everyone's there to support you, the cheering, the voice of the announcer, and, you're just overcome with so much emotion that it's such a good feeling when everything comes together. And even if it didn't come together, crossing that finish line and making it there is just such an accomplishment for anyone, right? Whether you met your time goal or even if you didn't, you still finished, and that's what matters. It was one of my favorite finishes of my tri career. Well, my tri career is pretty small. I think I've got 6 tries in my lifetime. 3 sprints, 2 half iron, and 1 Olympic. But yeah, it was a great race overall. I had so much fun, and it's just amazing seeing everyone come together, seeing the community come together, seeing the town just, accommodate us, and the volunteers, the supporters. We absolutely could not do the sport without you guys. So really, really thank you for everyone. And a special thank you to my wife for being my videographer, and even just, waking up early. And it's a lot for the supporters. We definitely appreciate you. You want Gatorade?
Yo, you fucking killed it.
I know. I think I took almost 50 minutes off my time.
Wow.
Yeah.
No cramp?
Out of the run, I was going up the hill. I was like, oh. So I just stretched it out for a bit and took some salt pills.
Are you good?
I feel good.
That's good.
Tell us
Thanks
how
for
you
coming,
feel.
guys.
Yeah, man. That's awesome.
Thanks for sticking it out and supporting me. It means a lot. Good?
Oh my gosh.
Dude, my ass was hurting so much on the
You like
bike.
So do you think you'll do it again?
I think your question is answered by your tone of voice.
Tell us how you feel.
I feel amazing. That was the best I could have ever hoped for. And I'm just really glad that A, it's over, but also B, it just went really well. Yeah. I definitely had more left in the tank. So I think that next year I'm going to try to push myself a bit more in terms of the run and the bike. I know that I can shave more time off of both. In terms of how I feel now, I'm recovering well. Last year, I didn't recover well because I did cramp a lot. I think I definitely did not consume enough sodium last year either and replenish my electrolytes. And I think that had an effect on my nervous system, digestive system, my muscular system, and just everything was off for a while. So this year, I didn't feel that. I do feel sore, like my muscles were sore 3-4 days after, but now I feel great. I feel fine. The hydration and nutrition is so important. Now, why did I cramp on the run? I think it's because it was getting hot, so core temperature was rising, and also slightly overreaching in terms of I didn't train to that intensity enough, so my body wasn't used to it, and I think that's why I cramped. So that's one thing that I'll take into account. I did have pickle juice as well. Just in T1 and T2, I did have a swig of pickle juice, but that might have held it at bay. But back to the drawing board, I'm just super excited to see where this takes me. My final time, I finished with a time of 5 hours 34 minutes, and I couldn't be happier. I shaved off like 45 minutes off my former time. 45 minutes in a half iron, that's awesome. Like I couldn't be happier. 45 minutes is a huge accomplishment, and I'm just so happy with where my training and learnings have brought me, and my confidence level in tries as well. So I'm just looking forward to where I can push myself. Shall I go for the sub 5 hours for the half iron distance? We'll see. I just want to keep working on my training and see where I can build myself up to. Next up on my tri events is the August 20th Toronto Sprint Triathlon on the Toronto Island. So looking forward to that. I'm going to be putting in some training for that. To all the racers that were there, I hope you had a great race. I hope you had just as good a time as I did. Thank you so much for watching, and please like, comment, subscribe. Comment if you're there, comment if you saw me, or let me know how your race went. Until next time, have a good one.